Hey everyone, this video is what is charisma and how to get more of it. My name's Rhys Wynn Davies, Psychic Medium. Hope you enjoy it. What is charisma? Charisma defined is the compelling attractiveness to inspire people. I've certainly been inspired by many people over the years being a psychic medium. I always believe that it's a two-way street. It's always an exchange of knowledge and wisdom and experience, and it's never one-sided. I always feel like everyone who comes to me is an expert in something that I'm not. So I always have love and respect for anyone who comes to me to be vulnerable and to share their life stories. And through this process, I started to see some real charismatic traits that I find in people, and I wanted to share some of them with you today. So my number one charismatic trait in people is self-love. It isn't about, look at me and being vain, okay? It's all about how much do I truly love myself, not to accept that being done to me. Standing up for myself when I need to, when this doesn't feel right. I don't feel good about doing this or going there. It's having boundaries and discernment and saying, this is as far as I'll go, or this is how far I'll get involved, and the rest is up to you. I love myself enough not to put this in my body and not to damage my body because I love myself enough to do so. So it's about those qualities of self-worth and self-love. It isn't about being vain. And I find those people with that trait very charismatic. My second trait for charisma is no fear. I find people that don't have fear have done some great things in their life, particularly in readings I've shared with people. People who've had an amazing life have been absolutely terrified, right? They still went and did it. We have what's called a 5-second activation energy. Within 5 seconds, we will make a decision out of fear whether we do something or not. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real, right? So we will do anything to protect ourselves. What if we fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I get rejected? I'm so happy that I ignored my 5-second rule to keep me safe and went to ask out my now fiance, Breezer, because we have 3 beautiful kids together now and a lovely relationship. And I'm so glad that I feared it and did it anyway. She could have said no, but she didn't. And it changed my life forever. And those moments are the ones that stay with us. So fear it and do it anyway. Be calculating, be careful, be kind, be conscious. I'm not saying here to be reckless, right? But when it feels right, don't hesitate. Otherwise, you could lose a great opportunity. So my third trait for people having great charisma is kindness. And I often think of Shrek out of Donkey, when he sings, "You got to try a little tenderness." I love that character. And it's all about, trying to do the right thing for people in the moment. Even when you're going through a hard time, thinking about the needs of other people, helping an elderly lady cross the street, forking out some change when you've got some to give to a person that you can see struggling or down and out or doesn't have enough at the cash register. Kindness is such a beautiful thing. When people are angry at you or in your face and telling you they've had all of this and that, it's like making the time to be available, but also what can I do for you and being available to people. I love people like this, and I especially love people who, out of kindness, donate their time and volunteer and do philanthropy work. It's so special. Those types of people I find extremely charismatic. My fourth charismatic trait is the ability to listen. Yeah, it's not being responsive straight away. It's not attacking straight away if you're being attacked. It's having time to really perceive your reality. Is this real, what's happening in front of me? Is there another way to look at this situation? What's really going on here? What have they really said? What's the truth in that? Yeah. And how do I go about doing that? It's been able to be discerning and having boundaries with people and going, you know what? I've heard your point of view now, but what I really think is this, or how you really feel could be that, or is this something else you're trying to tell me, and being able to listen. I'm here for you. I understand your pain. What can I do for you? How can I help you get through this? Let's do it together. It's those types of people who are able to put aside their own judgments and their own viewpoints and really try and be supportive and being able to listen to what's really going on. are people who I find very charismatic, yeah? My fifth trait in people being charismatic is being authentic. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people can feel good about themselves and you don't. It's about you being able to be your true authentic self, feeling like you can be all you can be when you're around the people you love or care about. Otherwise, there's nothing enlightening about shrinking, yeah? So those types of people I find very charismatic. They're people who stand up for themselves. They're people who feel like they can be who they want to be. They don't feel the judgment of others, and they love and accept who they are and what they're doing for themselves. These types of people I find extremely charismatic. My sixth charismatic trait is having a sense of humor. I love people who are fun and cheeky and outgoing and can see the positive in things, can tell a joke at the right place and the right time. There's nothing worse than people being negative and down and not feeling happy all the time. You're allowed to feel that sometimes. There's no doubt about that, right? But what I'm saying here is those people who are generally uplifting, like to have fun and a good time and tell a good joke, have a great sense of humor, are people who I find very charismatic, yeah? Especially in the world we live in at the moment, yeah? We really need more of that, don't we? My seventh trait in what I find charismatic in people is being modest. I love people who are so modest. They don't come from ego. They don't have a struggle with power. They're not. It's not a competition. They're people who are humble. They give time and availability to other people in their life. They're not so self-absorbed and too focused in their own careers and their own ideas. They're giving and receiving. They are interested in other worldly matters and world events and things like that, and want to do good for the community. People who might volunteer, people who might want to donate or give when they can. These types of people I have so much love and respect for. There's nothing greater as a charismatic trait than someone who is modest. Yeah. My eighth trait in people being charismatic is people who have life purpose. People who have life purpose are so inspiring to be around. They're happy within themselves. They're not needing the need of other people to make them happy, or a relationship or a partnership or anything else. They can stand alone and feel fulfilled within themselves. They're not needing other people to make them happy or to be collective. Yeah. I find these people very charismatic. They can be people who have found their individuality. Sorry, they can be people who have found their individuality, but they can also be connecting to a group of like-mindedness as well. And this is also part of finding life purpose. It could be through people, animals, or the environment. They're the only three things that really make people fulfilled over a lifetime. Yeah. Those types of people involved in that area of their life are fantastic to be around and very inspiring because they're happy within themselves. Yeah. They're not looking for outside things to make them happy. And I love those types of people. I find people who have life purpose extremely, extremely charismatic people. So my ninth trait in people is being excited. There's nothing better than being around someone who's excited. If you're lazy and down and unmotivated and unwilling and don't want to try new things and don't want to have adventure, it's going to limit you, in my opinion. I feel those people who feel happy within themselves, who are adventurous, who get excited, want to try new things and explore, push their boundaries, and get excited with an opportunity are very charismatic people to be around. Yeah, I really love that in a person. And my number 10 trait in people that I find charismatic is spirituality. There's nothing better than people who feel connected to themselves and their higher consciousness. They're people who are sensitive to the needs of others. They're, constantly thinking about our environment, our animals, and the people that are around us. They're looking for a deeper meaning to life. They're questioning their own existence. These types of people I find very interesting and very fascinating to be around. They're exploring their minds. They're exploring meditation and other modalities that might feel like they're connecting to a higher consciousness. within themselves and all around us and that surrounds us. And I think that's such a beautiful quality. So that's my 10th trait that I find charismatic in people. Really hope you enjoyed that video. To see more like it, examples of my readings, my demonstrations, my spirit drawings, and spiritual education, please subscribe to my YouTube channel link below in the comments. But you can also friend me on social media. I'd really love that via Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon.